Hi guys. Okay, so this week I'm going to do a little video on 10 things not to say to someone with a chronic illness. This is either something that you have gone through yourself time and time again, and it can get so frustrating having to respond to this because you can't just sit there and not answer when someone says these things. I certainly can't anyway. I find it more and more difficult as the times go on. So this video is for you guys that have to suffer with it, and it's also so that you can show people around you that it's really frustrating and this is why. We all get aches and pains as we get older. So yes, this is true. As you age, certain things start to stop working the way they did when you were full of youth and life, and the problem being is that our bodies register pain 10 times more than what the regular pain is. So you may have an achy back, yes, whereas our pain will be there all the time, non-stop, and there's no let up. If the back's not hurting, something else will hurt instead. Yes, you're supposed to get aches and pains, but every day, all of your body, no. I'm tired all the time. I think I have what you have. There is so much more to the fatigue of a chronic illness than just being tired. It is an exhaustion. You do not get a chance to build your energy levels back up at all, and when you do, it doesn't last long, and you normally end up paying some other way physically for having overdone something because you had a little bit more energy that day. So it can come across as a bit of a misunderstanding that as far as they're concerned, you're just tired. That's as far as it goes, which can be really quite frustrating. My friend has what you have, but she still works. Maybe you need to find a hobby, or you need to get a job to feel better. So how that reads to us when you say that to us, basically you may as well say, my friend has what she has and she can work, so you're just lazy. That's how it can be interpreted. It might not be how you intend it to come across, but a lot of the time we're already feeling horrible thoughts about ourselves as it is. So hearing that other people can deal with their condition better isn't helpful. And as I said before, there's over 200 symptoms to this disease that I have, let alone the other chronic illnesses that are out there. So yeah, maybe they do have what you have, but they could have more bearable symptoms or less symptoms compared to what, say, I have. So it can be really aggravating. I know it's normally intended as a good thing, but personally it just really frustrates me, and if anything it just feels that self-hate and self-anger because you're being told how everyone else is dealing so much better, therefore you obviously are not trying hard enough. And like I say, that's probably not what you intend to say, but that is certainly what the old brain takes in. My doctor says fibromyalgia isn't real, it's just sort of a throwaway term because they don't know what's wrong with you. Right. Now we have actual backup because fibromyalgia has just been registered as a real, genuine, chronic, lifelong illness. It has its own medical code and everything now. So if your doctor is someone that's saying this, they obviously aren't up to date with things and they're not keeping track on stuff. And it's possibly a good idea to get a new doctor if they think that what you have is completely fake. You're not going to get any kind of help or understanding in terms of pain management and all the other fun stuff that comes along with this condition. And this is my favourite one. If you get more sleep, you'd feel much better. Okay, problem being, one of my symptoms is that my body cannot fall into deep sleep, or REM, which is what lets your body rest and rebuild and recharge overnight so that the next day you can wake up feeling fresh and peachy. No, my body doesn't have that. It can get close to it, it can reach it for a small amount of time, but my body is constantly jumping back in the cycle. It cannot actually get to that REM sleep, which is the deep sleep which your body needs. So yes, I may sleep overnight because of the tablets I take to knock me out, but that's an induced, medically induced sleep. It isn't a natural deep sleep, so you're not getting the amount of rest that you actually need from that. And on the days where you can actually manage a deep sleep, it actually throws your body completely out of whack. So last week I fell asleep naturally and Thumper just left me to sleep. I woke up and I felt dreadful for it because my body is not used to a deep sleep like that. So the opposite, so when a normal healthy person has a night where they don't sleep at all, they feel awful the next day. My body is the opposite of that. So having a natural deep sleep actually, initially, because it's so unusual for the body, it doesn't know how to handle it, and it just completely throws you out of whack, which sounds ridiculous, but that's just how my body works. I read about this new thing on Facebook and apparently it cures fibromyalgia. So, first of all, your information source is Facebook. So, straight away, I'm not going to be listening properly because that's like using Wikipedia and saying, oh, it's definitely true, because it's not. It's not always true, and there's still a lot of things that are being developed at the minute and looked at. There isn't a definitive cure yet at all for fibromyalgia. It may help certain people in certain aspects for a little bit of time, but if you actually read these articles properly, it will show that only a small percentage actually responded to what they did, and they only found it helped for a temporary amount of time. It wasn't fixed, it wasn't gone. So yes, it's nice that I don't want to come across it as an arse, because it's nice that you've noticed something and gone, my friend has that, or this person I know has that, and yes, it's great, but you know, it's like saying, oh, a unicorn landed in London today, I believe in unicorns now, and expecting everyone else just to go for it. So yes, it's nice that you're trying to understand the illness a bit more, but at the same time just telling me that there's a cure for what I have is like giving out false hope, and a lot of the stuff isn't actually readily available yet because it's all in experiment mode. So just bear that in mind when you keep coming with articles about this will make you all better. Now this one is a doozy. At least it's not fatal. Wow. Like, this is one that I've had said to me before, and it's really hard to not get angered by it, because it's like, if I had something that was fatal and I was given a deadline as to how long I had, you'd get a lot more sympathy and a lot more understanding on that. There are days I wish it was, because at least that way I would have an end date in sight. What I have is going to last me my lifetime. All I can do is learn how to deal with it, cope with it, and learn to live around it, basically. There is nothing else I can do at the moment other than live with it for the rest of my life. I am only 27 years old. I plan on having quite a long life, so being told it's not fatal is like a kick in the teeth, because yeah, it's not fatal, and there are people that have got worse diseases and there are worse outcomes generally, i.e. death or whichever. There's much more worse things out there, but at the same time, this is every day, all day, for the rest of my life. It's having a constant flu on my body and just having to deal with it and having to convince people every day of my life that what I have is real and I'm not imagining. Another good one. They get better as the numbers go down. You just need to exercise more. So this is another one that is just an insult within a statement that they don't intend it to be, because they're saying you're lazy, you're out of shape, and it's just rude. That's like going up to someone who's going, and you've not seen them for ages, and they go, oh, I've had a bit of a cold. Oh, well, you need to go do a 10-mile run. You'd have been alright, you wouldn't have got the flu. And all you're going to think is, are they saying I'm fat? I used to be quite athletic. I used to do cycling Pilates, things like that. Me and my mum used to go belly dancing for a while, and I was always trying to do something. If I wasn't at work, I would be out with my friends socialising, normally doing something activity based, physical activity based. So I wasn't lazy, I was active all the time as much as possible. My job required me to be walking for 11 miles at least a day. I would then go home and do something else. So for me to suddenly have to stop doing all that because my body just feels like it's going to fall apart, it's harder than you think. I still do exercises every day. I probably do more exercise than the average person does as an actual effort for exercise. So yes, you may well go to work and do stuff and that is your exercise for the day. I have about 10 different physiotherapy exercises I have to do every day, because if I don't and they don't see improvements, no matter how small it is, I will be thrown off my physiotherapy course, which is there to help me. So therefore I am making a conscious effort every day to do exercise, and when I do normal everyday activities, the effect it has on my body is as though I have done a workout. And to skeptics out there, they probably think, yeah, okay, but I actually have to make more of a conscious effort to exercise than the average person does. You go to work, you do your stuff, you come home. No, I'm not saying everyone doesn't exercise. There are people, like my dad for instance, he is a very healthy man. He cycles, runs, goes on all kinds of adventures. I think he is extremely healthy. Not everyone does that. I see my dad as quite an inspiration in that effect, because he does so much and is in such good shape, like it's ridiculous. But I can't do a lot of those things. I've been told by my physiotherapist I'm not allowed to cycle for the time being because of work that we are doing, and to be told that I just need to exercise and things will be better is really frustrating. But you don't look sick. If you've watched my videos for a while, you will know that I did my video on But You Don't Look Sick. I will leave a link for that in the description box below. And it still angers me, it still annoys me, because like today, this is all makeup. Before I put this on, I had bags under my eyes, I was grey looking, I just looked like I had a really bad cold, and I don't want to necessarily be seen like that. It takes me a while to put my face on, but I just feel like people don't look at me and judge me quite so much, instead of going, oh god, look at the state of her, like, oh, she looks homeless. I've had people say to me, oh god, you must be really, really ill. And that was on a day when I was feeling okay, for how well I can be on the scale of things, and I just didn't put any makeup on. But they felt the need to say I looked really ill. So, you know, thank you Maybelline, thank you all you other makeup people, because you make me look human and non-zombified for at least half a day. Not only that, how are you supposed to look sick? Watch my video. If you haven't already watched it, you will know exactly where I'm going with this, because I'm not going to let myself get angry about it again. The number one worst thing to say to someone with a chronic illness is, it's all in your head. So basically with that comment, you are saying that you do not believe that I have a genuine illness. You think I'm imagining all my pain and I'm just being a wuss. I should be getting on with life and living like I was before. That's how that comes across. Not only is it annoying, it's insulting and rude. It's like if you've had a little injury of some kind, if you've sprained something or whatever, you go, oh, my ankle's really sore. It's like me going, yeah, okay, sure, of course it still hurts. I can't feel what you feel, so you can't feel what I feel. It's a two-way thing. By saying that it's all in my head is saying that I've got a really good imagination, that I can imagine up such a vivid illness that actually requires medicine a lot of the time. So that's pretty impressive that I can con the doctors and the specialists and all the medical tests like the MRI scans, the EMG tests that I had done. I faked all of those because I think I was imagining it that well. That's what you're saying to me. That's pretty much my 10 things not to say to someone with a chronic illness, because I know these frustrate me all the time. I'm imagining they frustrate you guys just as much. So I hope this is helpful to you, and if it's not something that's just useful for you in terms of how to deal with it, and it's not just you that's hearing these things and being judged on it, hopefully you can show this to family members and just give them an extra perspective of why you shouldn't be saying these things to people, and just think a little bit more when you do come out with these things about how it can affect the person you're saying it to. So thank you very much, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you like it. If you've got anything you would like to see next week for a fibro video or non-fibro video, get in touch. All the usual places will pop up in a moment. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
My mama told me one day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king, and my papa told me it's okay to sit where shit hurts, don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get